There's nothing not to like. I mean, like, look, it speaks to you go through this AI revolution. It's in its next stage of growth, and all the money that you're seeing these big tech players, capex. Now you're ultimately starting to see some of those dividends get paid. And then you think about the advertising growth, similar to what we saw with Alphabet, what you see with Meta, subscriber growth. I mean, it's Goldilocks, for tech.
How does Meta harness AI to make money apart from making its advertising more efficient?
It's about the billions of users. It's about going forward, how they're going to monetize AI. They're not just spending to spend. They're going to be able to monetize from an advertising perspective. When you think about the billions of users they have,
how do they do that though, Dan?
And the reason Zuckerberg right now is what I view as like a wartime CEO. It's the view that when you think about AI today, this is just the beginning. You're gonna have AI-driven search. You're gonna have sort of the future that Meta, Alphabet are gonna play huge pieces in the advertising piece.
But I want to go, so it's just advertising that's where they're going to make all their money back. We know that they have been on such an aggressive AI talent grab, and Meta has. So
hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yeah, like pay
individuals.
Yeah, so that's all going to pay off. Their return on investment.
That's just the beginning.
Okay.
Advertising just the beginning. When you think about what I view as sort of like full AGI. I know it's like the holy grail, what Meta's trying to build, what every big tech player is trying to build. Meta is basically looking to create a whole nother company over the next decade. That's what they're spending on.
This is what I'm still waiting for, Meta platforms. Look, no question, this was an incredible quarter. The stock is up 9.3% in the after hours. Just to repeat the numbers, second quarter earnings per share, a huge beat, $7.14. The estimate was for $5.89. Second quarter revenue, a huge beat, $47.5 billion. The estimate was for $44.8 billion. Third quarter revenue, 47.5 to 50.5 billion. That's the outlook. The estimate was for below that at 46.2 billion. But I want to look with you years out when the hardware that they're working on, that they're spending billions of dollars on, will start paying dividends. What does that future look like for Meta users and for Meta investors?
You have to think about it like, what's the future in terms of robotics, in terms of software, in terms of how AI is going to play a role in the everyday of a consumer. I mean, Meta's thinking not in the next year, 3, 5, 8, 10 years out.
I want to bring in Mandeep Singh, if I may, of our Bloomberg intelligence team. I don't know if it's too soon. I know you're going through all the numbers because I want to bring you into the conversation with Dan. Good quarter, killer quarter. How do you see it for Meta?
Yeah, I mean, there is a sequential acceleration in ad impressions as well as ad pricing growth. And to my mind, that is a sign of them applying AI to boost engagement. Obviously, the user growth has been almost the same every quarter, 4 to 5%. So the fact that impressions grew 11% is a sign that people are spending more time on their family of apps. And then the ad pricing going up 9%. That to me is the real tailwind, because that was the risky part. Chinese advertisers like Temu and Shein pulling back because of the de minimis rule changes. That didn't happen. That didn't show up in the numbers. And look, when it comes to applying AI, I mean, small advertisers are now connecting Meta to their CRM systems. And actually, that is what's driving the ad targeting and efficiency. That wasn't the case before. That has been enabled by Gen AI. So that's why you see that lift.
So you agree with Dan?
I think Gen AI use case is quite prominent. We keep hearing about coding agents, customer service. Here is the precise use case for Meta. Yeah. And that is what they are showing in their ad pricing numbers.
Dan, come on in. I saw you're saying something.
That sounds like a bullish Mandeep. I mean, like on the Mandeep scale, that's pretty bullish.
I like that. Hey, Dan, I noticed something striking today when I opened up Instagram. I was searching for a video from Mike Birbiglia, a comedian who I really like. And what I noticed when I was just looking for his profile, when I typed in his name, what appeared was as an AI answer about a biography of who he was, information about him. Is the goal, what is the vision for Instagram? Is this going to be Meta's super app?
I mean, to some extent, they're basically creating a super app. I mean, similar to what you see in China, but an AI-driven super app. And you start to go through that, you're looking at a 4-digit stock.
They tried to do this years ago with David Marcus on the Messenger side, Mandeep. It didn't necessarily work. It was supposed to be payments and everything. Is that still, in your view, an area of growth for the company here, or is that strategy gone?
I mean, right now it feels like they have a lot of runway with ads, and there is a clear use case for Gen AI with ads. I mean, they still have to fix the model. So I think the advantage that they have is really they are the best when it comes to ad targeting. And with everything that's going on, I mean, they have the surface area to apply Gen AI. But look, when it comes to payments and other areas, they still lack the diversification of a Microsoft or a Google. Well, it's still a one-trick albeit a $200 billion company, but still dependent on ads.
Dan, it's funny because I was thinking about that because we talk about all of these companies, and I think about the hyperscalers like an Alphabet. We've talked about that a lot, Mandeep, about just all of their different platforms and how much data that gives them to make their models smarter and smarter. I mean, Dan, is it going to be okay for Meta to be kind of a one-trick pony, even if it's a massive one-trick pony, but is it enough?
Well, I mean, like, look, I think if you think about it, like on a pecking scale, of course, like NVIDIA at the top, Microsoft, and you look at these numbers, just unbelievable in terms of across the board. You look at Meta, yeah, you call it one-trick pony-ish, but but they're going to significantly expand that over the coming years.
I mean, at least for now, there is no proof. I feel they are under earning by 20% because of all the losses in Reality Labs, but the street doesn't care because their ad business is really going gangbusters. When the ads slow down and the comps will get tougher, and there will be a point when ads will not grow 20%, that's when I think the question will be asked, why are they losing $20 billion on Reality Labs? Because it's not making any money.
When will it start making money, Dan?
And does it matter?
I mean, look, it's going to be a while, but like the whole point is right now that's background noise. Like, it's like street wants them to continue to invest, build this further out. And at the end of the day, that is going to come into the fold. But you're not right now in this arms race in big tech. You are laser focused on who's going to be the winner. And that's what we're seeing from Microsoft to Alphabet to Meta, obviously, across the board, and we'll see it with Amazon as well. Like, it's an arms race.
I mean, the one other data point I would want to bring in is token count. So Google and Microsoft have shared the Gen AI consumption, the token count. We don't know how much Meta's models are being used. Yes, their ad targeting is great, which is why ad pricing was such a solid number this quarter. But at the end of the day, if you're investing $70 billion in capex, you want to see your model being used and the open source strategy work. We have no proof points of that. So I still believe they have the most uphill task in terms of showing ROI on the the capex besides their family of apps, and that's still the case.
Dan, I know you got to go, but 30 seconds. Last question for you. What's the one question you'd ask Mark Zuckerberg tonight?
Look, I think it's really about CapEx trajectory, because I think that's just, even though that was slow a bit, they're putting, as they continue to spend, you know what that shows? Confidence. And that's what you saw in Alphabet. That's what you see in Microsoft. And that means it continues to be like, this is the AI revolution, this AI party. It's 10 p.m., it was 9 p.m. Party goes to 4 a.m.